Emotional detachment can be one of life's most challenging skills to cultivate, especially when you're deeply connected to someone. However, Stoicism, particularly the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, provides a framework to approach this with clarity, resilience, and inner peace. Here are 5 Stoic-inspired rules to help you emotionally detach from someone. Rule 1. Understand the impermanence of life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. When it comes to emotional attachments, we often cling to our personal perspectives, crafting a narrative about the other person's importance in our life. But reality reveals that all relationships are transient. The Stoics taught that impermanence is a natural part of existence. Consider Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher who practiced impermanence in his own life. He taught that we should view everything we cherish, whether people, objects, or status, as temporary gifts from the universe. Epictetus would say, "You must realize that something is not yours to keep, it is on loan." This allowed him to live with gratitude, enjoying each moment but always prepared for the inevitable change. In my own experience, I had a friendship that spanned over 12 years. We shared dreams, fears, late-night conversations, fitness goals. Yet over time, the distance between us grew. I had to accept that the friendship had run its course, and with that acceptance, I was able to release the emotional weight. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus would advise us the same. Accept that things will end, and you will suffer less when they do. Rule 2, master your emotions through rational thought. It's natural to believe that emotions control us. Anger, pain, sadness. But emotions are not reality. They're a product of our thoughts and interpretations of events. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The Stoic philosopher Seneca was particularly skilled at managing his emotions through rational thought. When faced with the grief of his loved one's passing, Seneca encouraged himself to delay the reaction by focusing on logic rather than letting sadness overwhelm him. His letter to his mother when he was in exile is a testament to this. He wrote, "Grief should not involve us completely, nor take away all sense of perspective. Imagine you're going through a breakup, replaying conversations in your mind, feeling emotionally shattered. In this case, the Stoic response is to focus on the facts. Instead of asking why it happened, you could ask, what does this situation teach me? Choose thoughts that free you from emotional suffering. Challenge your automatic reaction with rational thought, just as Seneca did in his own moments of loss." Rule 3. Practice negative visualization. At first glance, negative visualization might seem strange, but it's a powerful Stoic practice. The idea is to imagine the worst-case scenario in advance, to reduce its emotional impact if it actually happens. This technique, used by Marcus Aurelius and others, builds resilience by facing loss mentally before it becomes real. Consider Cato the Younger, a Stoic known for his courage and mental toughness. Cato would regularly practice what is called voluntary discomfort. He wore simple clothes, walked barefoot in harsh weather, and prepared himself to face poverty, even though he was wealthy. By visualizing and experiencing hardship, he built a resilience that made him fearless of loss. In my own life, I practiced negative visualization when my best friend was considering moving overseas. Rather than suppress that fear, I embraced it, imagining what life would be like without them. This mental preparation helped me accept their eventual move without overwhelming grief. Just as Cato embraced discomfort, I prepared myself for emotional changes. Rule 4. Focus on what you can control. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is distinguishing between what we can control and what we can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about this in his Meditations, saying, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Emotional detachment is not about coldly distancing yourself, but about letting go of your attachment to outcomes. The philosopher Epictetus, despite being born a slave, mastered this art. He taught that we should focus only on our own responses, as we cannot control others' feelings or actions. There is only one way to happiness, Epictetus said, and that is to cease worrying about things beyond the power of our will. In a past relationship, I felt as though I was constantly trying to keep things together. always one step behind. Embracing Epictetus's wisdom, I learned that I couldn't control how others felt or behaved. The only thing within my control was my response, and in that moment, I chose to detach. This freedom comes from letting go of the need for others to validate you or fulfill your expectations.